All right, you ready to hear something gross? Let's talk about microplastics.
Microplastics. At this point, we're all walking landfills.
Each week, each of us swallows about 1 credit card's worth of plastic and microplastics just because it is broken down so small into our water systems that we actually ingest it. We're currently in an arms race to create smaller and smaller filters, like a Brita filter, but at a municipal level, to take out all of the smaller and smaller pieces of plastic that have just gotten into our water. That's out in Lake Michigan, where there's something like 30,000 tons of plastic that enters the lake per day. It's 11.7 million tons that enter Lake Michigan per year. Lake Michigan's interesting because it takes 60 years for all of that water and plastic to swirl out. So it ends up coming in through the municipal drinking system. The Metropolitan Water Reclamation District filters it out of our sewer lines because it comes through us and it goes into the water system there. And we have to clean it up before we put it back into the Chicago River and send it downstream to Cardinals fans. There's something like 675 tons per day that the MWRD picks up with that pontoon boat skimmer that you see downtown skimming garbage out of the Chicago River. 675 tons. Oh, by the way, it gets in us and it goes into our bodies. Most of it comes out. We don't know exactly what's going on with it inside of our bodies, but we do know that in mice it gets lodged in the brain, liver, and kidneys of mice. In fish, the sharp little corners of it tear up the guts of fish. We're not so biologically different from fish and mice in that regard, so that could very well be happening to us. The stuff that's in plastic can be an endocrine disruptor, can affect fertility. So if you're a pregnant lady, you're definitely going to want to invest in a Brita filter. If you're a fella, just like Saturday Night Live, it does find its way into our reproductive organs as well.
And you're going to shut it.
There's something like 675 tons per day that the MWRD picks up with that pontoon boat skimmer. Tons, about that you 80 to 90% of that is plastic, and about half of that is this. It's food stuff. It's stuff that we just chuck away. I'm going to put this in the recycling. Chicago's got a great recycling program, but not enough of us take advantage of it. And so we end up having a lot of plastic that makes its way into our water systems just because we don't pick it up. And then, as you saw in this bottle, right, the sun, ultraviolet rays make it get all cloudy. That's it breaking down. Those are actually little micro cracks, and we're making microplastics right here. So we need to pick all that stuff up. And that's why whenever I'm out at public events or whenever I have time on my hands, I try to pick some plastic up and put it in a recycling bin, because that's how we as regular everyday people can make a dent in our microplastic problem. What if we could cut that down by 50% just by recycling our trash or working with our neighbors to pick up some of this trash and put it into a recycling bin? At any rate, we need to take care of microplastics before it becomes a problem. And so I invite you to pick up trash before it ends up in the water. Thanks.